Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a late afternoon episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted, here on this most glorious of Saturdays on the 26th of September 2020. It is currently 4:35 in the afternoon, and, usually on Saturdays I tend to drink lagers, and I thought I'd start off today with a nice lager from a brewery that I've pretty sure we've reviewed drinks from before. This is London Meantime's London Lager. Now, this is a 4.5% lager, and it says here... here we are. About London Meantime Brewery, it says, "We're pioneers of modern craft beer. We're passionate about what we do, and we're not prepared to compromise. That's why we brew quality, flavour-packed, sessionable beers that everyone can enjoy." And then it says about this drink in particular: East Anglian malt and Kentish hops combined for a crisp, refreshing lager that's full of flavour. A modern classic straight from London's back garden. So the impression I'm getting there is it might be generally a lager with slight elements of like a juicy pale ale. So it sounds pretty good. Like, they've gotten straight to the point with the description of the drink. It's 4.5% alcohol volume, and it, like the drink yesterday, this was £1.80 from Waitrose. So I think for the size of the can, that's a pretty good value for money for the amount that you're getting. And I quite like the design of the can. It's a lot of it sort of like just reminds me of sort of like Big Ben, and it's got quite nice contrasting colours. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for that. Very handsome. They're very, very, very handsome indeed. So let's give it a quick sniff and see what our first impressions are. So hopefully they're somewhat enjoyable. Oh God. Oh dear, that's fizzing up quite a bit. Let's see. Oh yes. Okay, well, it smells fairly nice. It's got generally sort of like lagery sort of smell, and there we are. Right, dear oh dear, that was quite fizzed up. So yeah, it smells like a standard lager, more session lager mixed with sort of like the juiciness of a juicy pale ale. So it smells quite nice. It does smell, as it said on the can, quite crisp and light, and quite sort of refreshing, and maybe a tiny bit hoppy. So yeah, it smells good. I'll give the smell a nice 8.5 out of 10. But as always, we won't know what it's actually like until we taste it. So before we do, we'll just have a quick palate cleanser of water, just to give ourselves a good objective viewpoint to start from. And then onto the drink of the day. So, bottoms up. Okay, it's weird, because throughout there's this session lager taste. You know, it's light, it's crisp, it's got this interestingly little sort of like dry finish. But then the finish is made a little bit juicy as well by the fact that it's got like this slightly juicy pale ale sort of like finish to it, where it's got this tiny little bitter tinge and then like this slightly fruity undertone at the end. So it's nice. It's got like mainly characteristics of like a standard sort of session lager, and then mixed in with aspects of like a lightly bitter, a very mild sort of juicy pale ale, and then yeah, it's just a standard lager, but that with a slightly more crafty twist, I guess you could say. So they pretty much explained it as it is. It's exactly what it says on the tin. There's also this weird sort of maltiness to the finish that I didn't expect, but it's actually quite nice. It complements like the flavours and the fruitiness at the ends quite nicely. I can imagine not many people will, well, not many people, but there will be some people who will be turned off by that, because I know maltiness is not up everyone's alley. So this is probably not for absolutely everyone, but if you're like one of those people who likes interesting twists, to the finish of their drinks, and you generally look for something you can just relax with, this is probably for you. If you're looking for like a more contemporary sort of lager, you might want to look elsewhere. But I'd still recommend trying this anyway, because it's yeah, there's a good bit of experimentation here. It combines different aspects of like lager, juicy pale ales, and craft ales and session lagers. So it's a good mix of flavours that I think are generally brewed together very well. So I'll give it a... I'll give it an 8.25. It's pretty good. Yeah, and I will go out of my way to get this again in the future, because for a craft beer that's made by a larger company, this is actually pretty good. So yeah, well done, London Meantime Brewery. This is very, very good. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or at least found it somewhat informative. If you did, leave a like, share and subscribe, and if you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to my social medias and other YouTube channels in the video description down below. And if you want to leave any suggestions for future episodes of this series, as well as any of the other ones on this channel, leave your ideas in the comments section down below, and I'll see what I can do. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Brew Cellar. Bye bye for now.